second try. All right. And I'm cracking this one. Oh my God. Oh no, it's foaming. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This has not executed well. Oh God.
So the Lions won.
Yeah. So oh no. For those not watching on the podcast, oh no. I decided I was gonna crack and chug a beer and it foamed over and now it's everywhere. Welcome to the Pride of Detroit POD cast. Hold on a second. Worst intro ever. Worst. I'm sorry, I have to clean this up real quick. As we are live on twitch.tv/Pride of Detroit. the POD cast from prideofdetroit.com. Pride of Detroit on Twitter. Pride of Detroit on Facebook. You know where to find us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Someone says you're muted, Jeremy. This is so bad. Twitch.tv/Pride of Detroit. YouTube, search for Pride of Detroit. I think I've almost got this beer cleaned up. It's so good. The Lions won. The Lions, damn, won. Jeremy, are you there? All right, Jeremy's figuring out his microphone. Everything is like ruined right now. Stretch. He's saying stretch. He's
telling you to vamp and ignore the fact that his microphone isn't working, so we can distract viewers from that. I heard you, Jeremy. I heard you.
No, I can hear you.
I can. Can they hear you? They can't. Oh no. Turn on your mic on OBS, Jeremy. Yeah, we have to restart it. But turn on your mic on OBS, Jeremy. Oh, okay.
Hello, can you hear us? Jeremy's mic apparently isn't muted.
The Lions won. Kyler Murray is a short Blake Bortles. What else do we have in the bag?
Dude, 11 freaking months. 11 freaking months we have waited for this. Let's talk about who's here besides Jeremy.
I'm back. They can hear me now.
Okay. Jeremy, thank you. Yeah, Zeus saying Lions get the W and POD gets the L. Did we reboot this?
I'll take that.
Yeah. We'll take that.
Because we've been getting dubs all off season, let's be honest.
I'm not trying to chug another beer. I need to finish this one first.
Are we going to restart that intro, or are we just into it at this point? Are we just like...
I've cracked the beer, Jeremy.
Here's the thing, like, it's been 11 months. We don't remember how to do this. What am I supposed to do with my hands when the Lions win?
Could they hear Chris's pulse start? Could they hear that, or only us?
Oh, no, the Twitch stream 100% heard it.
They heard everything. All right. I'm sorry. Well, let's try to remember that we're a professional. Like, this is new for us. We haven't done this in 11 months. 11 freaking months it's been since we have been able to do this with you, the Lions fan at home. I am wearing the luchador mask. I cracked the beer. It foamed over. It spilled over everything. I had to get a towel very quickly. Thankfully, I had one in my super messy apartment. I'm Chris Perfett, and I am being incredibly adequate right here. The adequate host at Chris Perfett on Twitter, PERFETT. The crew, you've been hearing from 3 out of 4 of them right now. Let's go down there. Detroit on Lion, Jeremy Reisman, the fearless leader. I already said his Twitter name first. That's how excited I am to get into this.
Hello, Chris. I'm feeling good on a Sunday night, and I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, hold the thoughts as you say Sunday night, because I want our final man to sing it here in a second. But first, Mansoor Shaheen.
Hello.
He's got music.
Reading something.
I was pausing for the music.
I was like, why are you talking? I was writing.
Adequate again. At Mansoor Shaheen on Twitter. Beautiful man. Hello, Mansoor.
Hello, everyone.
We were watching together and shrieking about this. So we're going to break it down in a second. But finally, the man who knows about Sunday night, Ryan Matthews. At Ryan_POD. Ryan, give it to me, man.
Oh, Sunday night.
It's not technically on Sunday night, but who damn cares? I don't care. The Lions won. We're not even trying to be like super fans here. The Lions freaking won. It's been 11 months. We haven't played Africa by Toto in 11 months.
It's insane.
It's finally happened. I thought this day would never come.
I didn't know that I didn't even know Africa was a song that you could access anymore. Like I just I thought it was erased from Spotify, all streaming platforms.
Here's the thing, like I know they're gonna be cynical fans out there. They're like, "Oh, great, now Matt Patricia's gonna stick around for another week." But like, can we just stop for a moment and be like,
No.
Can we sit on this and be like, this feels good? The Lions went out and beat a good team today, and I like that. I like when that happens. It makes me feel good inside.
You know what? Put it all aside. Put all the cynicism and like the game planning aside from a second. There's going to be teams that are worse than the Lions right now, but like, come on. Like we have a win, and it's been almost a calendar year since said win. I needed something, Jeremy. We needed something. And Absolutely. I wanted to feel something other than just the cold hand of death and me progressively losing my voice here from working too hard. So Lions 26, Cardinals 23 on a last-second Prater field goal where Cliff Kingsbury was holding on to a timeout for whatever reason. Manser, we had theories. I thought he was going to ice Prater, but he decided not to.
Yeah, that was a real five-head play. Remember Vic Fangio in that first Monday Night Football was like holding it because he wanted Gostowski to miss? I think he was making the same play, but Prater's good.
Yeah, he's been around, dude. You can't ice him, or you can't like fake ice him either. You can't do like the fake spike with a icing timeout. No doubt.
I have genuinely no clue what Kingsbury was doing there, but you know what? We'll take it in the end. Up and down game for the Lions. We're going to talk about some guys who did not look well in this game, but you know what? Ryan, dagger time finally happened in this game. Dagger time finally happened.
Yeah, I mean, it only took 3 tries, but I mean, like the Lions had opportunities big time in the Chicago game. They didn't in Green Bay. They did today. They got it done, but I don't know. I'm not as happy with the win.
You're insane. I'm sorry. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Lions are suddenly great and they're going to win 11 games this season, but I feel great. Like I needed this so freaking bad. And to see the Lions go out there and make plays in dagger time, they get 2 defensive stops after an entire game in which they didn't force a punt. They forced a punt on Arizona's final 2 possessions. And then when the most Lions thing ever happens, they get the go-ahead touchdown with 1:50 some left. It gets called back by a holding penalty. You're like, oh, there it is. There's the other shoe dropping. This is where the Lions got my hopes up. They got to the 50-yard line. They were about to score the game-winning score, and nope. It's all taken away from it. It's all going to go to shit. And you know what the Lions did? They pulled themselves up and threw the ball. They threw the ball downfield. It was 2nd and 8. They could have run 40 seconds off the clock, and they're like, you know what? Dagger. Marvin Jones, 20 yards upfield, dagger, ball game over.
There were so many points where I thought they were going to blow it too. Like
previous first down, they ran it with Adrian Peterson. It was after the holding. We ran it with Adrian Peterson. Or no, after we got a first down after the Adrian Peterson. After the holding, we had to pass Marvin Jones, got a first down. Then we ran it with Adrian Peterson. I was like, we're gonna fuck it up. We're playing for a 65-yard field goal. What are we doing? But then we threw on that 2nd and 8, like a few plays later, and I was like, oh shit, like this is it. Like that is, it's so simple because it's just one play. It was just a quick out for like 11 yards, but like that's the difference between winning this game and, I mean, the Packers game we got blown out. But that's the difference between winning this game and that Bears game. That play, doing that, that's it. That's the difference.
There was so much going on with the defense too. Like you hadn't forced a punt all day, and the last 2 drives, finally you get the Cardinals to punt.
Yeah, and I mean, how big was that? How big was that 3 and out that they forced when Arizona was down at their own 2-yard line? Like that is huge. Yeah, that's a huge flip field position.
To be clear to people, I want Ryan to get some more doom in here, but like, I don't think this means the Lions are a good team right now. I just want to have a damn win to celebrate. Like, that's what it comes down to right now. Like this, we were going back and forth on this though with me and Manser. Like, he's contending that the Cardinals are a good team. I mean, Murray did not play well today. I can't say anything else about a guy who throws 3 interceptions on the day. But, you know, Stafford, for his own end, like, he took 4 sacks. Halapula Vaitai, we're going to get into him in a second, later in the show. He was a turnstile. He just let anyone pass him. But just at the end of you know, DeAndre Hopkins had almost like 150 yards on the day. But for some reason, just the Lions outlasted them. They made the plays in the right spot, and the mistakes didn't. The biggest thing for me, Jeremy, Mansur, Ryan, the biggest thing is that the mistakes did not torpedo the Lions completely. The Lions made a lot of mistakes in this game. Stafford got sacked more than a few times. Halapoulivaati Vaitai, again, I hate to keep bringing. I'm sorry, I'm butchering his name. Vaitai had that awful holding call that brought back the Marvin Hall touchdown. Like, there were so many moments where I was just like, oh God, something's happening to the Lions and it's going to snowball from here. And it didn't snowball. It never happened. They actually got back on their feet every time they got knocked down, brushed it off, and got out there and just kept pace with the Cardinals.
It was a real Chumbawamba performance out there. They got knocked down.
Well, what do you?
I don't know what that is.
But they got back up again.
Ryan,
I'm barely old enough to know that.
Come on,
which is just so much worse. But here's how I feel. I think I'm pretty close to all you guys. Like, the Lions showed some resolve today, and they were able to, stand in the face of adversity and make plays when they needed to make plays. And there were some philosophical things that they did that we didn't expect, like, throwing that ball on 2nd and 8 when they could have ran the clock. Choosing to kick a long field goal or utilizing your best special teams weapon, apparently, Jack Fox, and pinning the Cardinals back. Just making some right calls. And is this just a stroke of luck? Is it the fact that Kyler Murray had probably his worst game, maybe as a professional quarterback, 3 interceptions against the Detroit Lions defense, and it should have been 4 because Duron Harmon had another one that he dropped.
Harmon had a huge game against Murray.
I'm thinking that the Cardinals are still a good football team for sure. So I think by the end of the year, this will be one of those games where we look at the Lions wins and we go, how did the Lions beat the Cardinals?
Matthew Stafford win on the road against a winning team.
You know what's going to happen? The Cardinals are going to
chalk another one up there, baby.
Now they're going to go 2-14.
Yeah.
But
the Lions, what's going to happen is the Cardinals are going to make the playoffs, and we're going to hear constantly about how Matt Patricia gave a blueprint to the Cardinals.
No one's going to say that. No one's going to say that about this defensive performance, because if we're talking about if we're really going to talk honestly about the defense, they weren't good in this game. They were opportunistic. I will say they were opportunistic. 3 interceptions is 3 interceptions, but basically every other play through the first 3 quarters, they were just getting chopped up.
The two people
we caught the Cardinals on a good day. Like, Kyler Murray's never going to do that again. We sucked. We looked so bad. Our defense couldn't tackle anyone. Like, all of them. Okuda, he got the interception, and that's really, really nice. But he very obviously still is making adjustments to the NFL. He's slow. He's a step behind every play. His tackle angles are just like wrong, and he's whiffing on everything. He got the interception off a bad Murray pass.
He also had 2 tackles for loss in this game too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had that one where he jumped a screen that was really good, and the one where he came across the crossfield one. That's he just happened to be the guy who got the tackle, but the screen was good. But there's obvious problems here, and we should have lost this game. We played like shit on both sides of the ball. Just the Cardinals handed it to us, but it is good that they handed it to us and we didn't hand it back, because the Bears handed us a win too, and we handed that one back.
Literally dropped it.
Yeah, so that's dagger time, I guess. So, but don't take this game. I guess that's what Ryan's trying to say.
Yeah.
Don't take this game and be like, we're back in the NFC North.
My general point, though, is how many close games did this team lose last year? How many times in which they got the ball, got the game handed to them, that they dropped it? It was literally 8 or 9 in a row. So just to have one where I'm usually of the belief that, one possession games are kind of a 50-50 outcome. Usually that's just how it works in the NFL, because sometimes you make a play, sometimes you drop a play in the end zone. Sometimes you get a penalty on a game-winning play. Sometimes you get that and you still win. So just seeing the Lions finally get back on the winning side of a game like that is just a huge relief. That's what this game is to me. I don't know if it's that much of an excitement for the 2020 season as much as it is relief. Finally.
It is absolutely relief. Listen, the Lions were Jekyll and Hyde today. There's no other way around it.
Yeah.
Jesse James and TJ Hawkinson were the most dependable people out there. And Kenny Golladay finally came back. The Lions have been missing him constantly. Adrian Peterson, shockingly, like, huge weapon on the offense. But then, yeah, the offensive line's having problems. Mansur, we were talking about this while we were kind of like all watching the game together. Like, Patricia didn't like Darius Slay because he couldn't tackle. But then Daryl Roberts is out there like missing tackles on Andy freaking Isabella.
Yeah, one of the reasons Slay didn't fit our system is because he's like not physical enough. Apparently, he doesn't tackle well, doesn't play press well. But like these guys can't do it either. So that's interesting. But I think like we were talking about Jesse James, that's like the ultimate Patricia like 5-head, where like you don't use Jesse James for like a year.
It was all set up to this game.
Cardinals come into this game and their defensive game plan just doesn't account for Jesse James, so he's wide open all the time.
And again, the Lions, Stafford took 4 sacks. That right side of that line is not going to be good. It's not going to be good probably for the entire year at this point. And like, but at the same time, as I said, the Lions, their mantra under Stafford has been sometimes we're Jekyll, sometimes we're Hyde. And this time you flipped the coin and it came up on the right side when the game was on the line near the end, because the Cardinals were coming back in this game. The Cardinals had a strong third quarter, but then the fourth quarter happened. And what happened, Jeremy? We're all sitting around. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. We're all sitting around and we're all sitting here. We're all waiting for that dreaded fourth quarter collapse. And it didn't happen. And I don't know what progress that shows to Lions. I don't think it shows much progress. I think it's just that they caught the Cardinals, a good team, when they were having a bad game. But at the same time, like it, for the team itself, I don't know. I don't believe too much in like, hey, this gives them confidence. They need that, but it was definitely a shot in the arm. It's definitely something that, yeah, it's what fans are feeling right now. Just relief. Yeah. Finally, the skid's over. Almost 11 months to the day since the Lions last won a football game. You just get that out of your system, man. You get that out of your system. It's an early season. I don't think the Lions are a great team. I think we're talking bottom tier of the NFL right now, but you've risen your ceiling a little bit. I know about the 0-2 thing, playoffs, and I don't want to even hear about playoffs right now, but the math's changed, and maybe the Lions can just finally just get their head right. You won't win a ton of games, but you'll stop getting in your own way. Hopefully, maybe you'll stop getting in your own way at the end of a game like you did here.
Yeah, and one thing I also want to point out is the Lions won a game in which Matthew Stafford was not good. Like he didn't have any backbreaking plays like he did in the first 2 weeks. Didn't have an interception. Didn't have maybe a sack that he shouldn't have taken. And you look at his overall line: 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 119 passer rating. You'd think, wow, what are you talking about? He had a great game, but he didn't. He missed a lot of passes early in this game. The Lions probably could have won this by 2 touchdowns if he was really on his game from the beginning. Because like you said, the Cardinals were handing them opportunity after opportunity. You win the turnover battle 3-0. It shouldn't be this close, and it wouldn't have been this close if Matthew Stafford was better. I think Matthew Stafford will get better, so if there's one reason to be optimistic about the future, I think that's it. And then the one part of the game where I think the Lions actually did show some market improvement, especially I think in the second half, is run defense. Now, they give up 109 yards overall. That's not a great number, but only 4 yards a carry. That's not horrible. Kenyon Drake, 18 for 73, you'll take that. It's not a huge step in the right direction, but it is a step in the right direction. They looked a little bit better, especially towards the end of the game. Like that, the defense legitimately got 2 stops at the end of the game, and that's something we wouldn't have seen in the first 2 weeks of the season, right? Like we didn't see it in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Ryan, floor goes to you.
No, we didn't see those things in the first 2 weeks of the season, Jeremy, but we also didn't see the turnover margin falling in our favor either. Sure. So when I'm right there with you with this game should not have been as close for a game where you win the turnover margin by 3, but you just got to think that Stafford still has another gear, right? Yeah. I mean, because we've seen, I would say that this might have been, I mean, aside from the couple of bonehead plays he makes in the Bears game with the interception, trying to fit that in, and the sack that he took, like aside from those plays, like this was pretty bad. Matthew Stafford missed those two passes into the end zone that he sailed on back-to-back plays. He missed. He just missed some other plays that it's like there's another level to Matthew Stafford that has to be there. And the one other name that I do want to mention too is Deandre Swift. Wow, we totally missed the boat on how he would be used today, huh?
Yeah, 100%. I thought he was going to be a huge factor in this game. He plays 5 snaps. 5
snaps.
Like I get riding Adrian Peterson. He was great again today, but that's inexcusable. Like I guess their idea was like, why have DeAndre Swift out there when we have Jesse James? Like that was their thought process today. And I mean,
and they were right.
I guess they were right, but there's a lot of questionable personnel decisions that I think we're going to get more into in the second segment here, including all that offensive line mumbo jumbo. But yeah, I was shocked by that.
The matchup with the Cardinals is interesting. They're like they kind of have that weird Chargers thing where their like linebackers are a little smaller.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like kind of go lean into the power run game. So Swift kind of backs out of the. So you basically put in Adrian Peterson and maybe even like carry on, and you kind of like lean off of Swift a little. So it might be like a matchup thing. But yeah, like I don't know. It was weird that Swift barely didn't factor.
All right, let's take a break because I think, Jeremy, we want to get into that other side of the ball here. We got to take some questions from Twitch. We got to take some comments from Twitch, and I've got to clean up the mess that I just made here. So usual day here, but you know what? It's not usual because the Lions won something. So we'll be right back here on the Pride of Detroit PODcast.
All right, quick shout out to Zeus for his 5-month subscriptions here on the Pride of Detroit Twitch channel. Thank you, Zeus. You're the best. One of our favorites in the Pride of Detroit community.
Why are people saying I'm talking much? I got one monologue in there. Jesus Christ.
Wait, is this the coach show? Oh no, I'm kidding.
Come fight me. I'm starting to lucha buttons.
Hey, Trushamu with the 4 months using his Twitch Prime on the channel. Appreciate you too. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I'm late, but any update on Okuda? Not that I know of.
Well, we saw him come back in. He
did?
It looked like he just had a cramp. We looked at the temperature. It was over 100 degrees in Phoenix. So, like, very, very possibly just cramped up.
Yeah, he came back, like, on the same series.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I must have
3 or
missed
4
it.
plays later, yeah.
I did find it interesting that instead of doing what they did in week 1 when they were down all their cornerbacks, they bring in I don't even remember his name, the guy they just signed. But instead of moving Chris Jones, that's right.
Chris Jones, yeah.
So
the most pedestrian name in the world.
That's why I forget
41.
it.
Number 41, Chris Jones.
Oh, hey, thank you for the sub, Sheik 08 and Fallen. Thank you for the tier 1s. But yeah, it was interesting. They pulled Chris Jones in, didn't decide to use Darryl Roberts on the outside and bring in Tony McRae. They're just like, no, Darryl Roberts, we really don't want Tony McRae in the game. You stay right where you're at.
Because that very first play that Chris Jones went in, he was lined up across DeAndre Hopkins. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and that was a crucial play. I think it was a 3rd down where I was like, "They're gonna."
And he blew a tackle, right?
He just whiffed a tackle.
Yeah.
Just
Josh Mercer, 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you, bud. Let's go. AP did look a little slow today. I will say that. And you know what? Actually, I think you're right too. Brown. Towards the end of the game, I do think AP kind of had theoretic disease, which was bounce it outside all the time.
Well, that's how he had a lot of success on that first big run, right?
Yeah.
He had like a shake at the line, and then there was the spin move that he did too.
Yeah,
and it seemed like he was just like, oh, I still got that kind of juice.
Right.
So then like he wanted to go to it a little bit too much, and it's like you're Adrian Peterson, run forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Just go forward, power through. Not a good blocking day though for some of the we talked well about Hawkinson there, and like him and Kerryon Johnson. As much as I'm bagging on Vaitai, like they missed him bad.
There was that Hassan Reddick sack off the edge where Hawkinson got cooked and then Kerryon
missed.
Yep. Yeah.
I know that exactly. I don't blame Kerryon for the play where he had nose tackle duties right off the bat. I don't know what the hell happened on that
why,
play.
why are you putting your running back at nose tackle?
So I think that play Ragnar went to a double team, and then Vaitai just didn't block anyone. So he just missed. He blocked nobody.
But it couldn't. I mean, that couldn't have been Vaitai's assignment because he was on Ragnow's left. He ran.
It was the gap between Vaitai and Ragnar. The guy.
I don't think that's true.
Or maybe it's the other guard. Okay, maybe it's the other.
Yeah.
But the other guard, whoever the guard.
Jonah Jackson. It would have been Jonah Jackson on the left side.
Whipped. He didn't touch anyone. So I think it was the guard. And then I don't know. Yeah, you can't expect Kerryon Johnson to
I'm gonna assume I'm gonna assume that's one of the guards and not Frank Ragnow because Frank is good.
Maybe. I mean, it's still kind
Good way
of
to
weird
think
though.
about it.
It's a weird play to have Frank Ragnow lined up right over the nose tackle and just bolt to the right, and even like expecting Jonah Jackson to get over there in time from the left. It's a hard task. I don't know. I'll have to see it on all 22 to see exactly what the call was, but definitely a weird looking play and just completely destroyed that drive. Lions are horrible in the red zone today.
Oh, they were not good in the red zone. I know we're going to talk more about
Stafford
Vaitai, but
sailed
he was so
two-
bad.
Stafford sailed 2 straight passes over receivers' heads.
Yeah.
Jesse James should have had another touchdown.
I know.
Like I know we're kind of like it's still in that vein where it's like, hey, don't talk bad about Stafford, but like, man, again, I don't think he's gonna have a 2019 season again.
Duron Harmon closed his press conference with
Don't
appreciate
get us."
y'all. Don't kill us this week.
Now we write nice things. They had a pass rush too this week, which was
Did
interesting.
they?
Yeah, they actually
Kinda.
brought some.
Aqua-
I mean,
Aquara looked good. Tracy
they
Walker
got
came off the
2
edge.
sacks. Yeah,
They blitzed actually. They
Yeah.
Walker and Collins actually blitzed. Tavai I think blitzed once. It existed.
Tavai blitzed once. That's the nicest thing you've been able to say about the
it
pass rush.
happened once.
It happened. I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't good, but like Murray had to deal with it, like which is a change from the past 2 weeks.
That's a good question, Alpha. How much did Will Harris play? I also did not notice him
I did
much.
see him late in the game. And surprisingly, I think we were talking about this, Mansour. Like he didn't blow his assignment.
He had a nice play at the end where Kyler on like 3rd and 9 went deep, and then he actually picked up his assignment. It was overthrow anyways.
Right.
The fact that he was actually there is like okay, like he didn't get lost.
Baby steps.
Covering a tight end.
Baby steps.
So,
Oh, hold on. Before we go back into, we do have a Zazu request here, so let me get him.
Okay,
in the
you do that. I'm updating some picks here
Zazu,
real
come here.
quick.
Come here. The people want you, and I have treats for you. Come here. Hooah! Let's see some Zazu emotes in the chat, y'all. Some celebratory Zazu emotes in the chat. Nick the Greek is on his bit giving. Appreciate that. Oh, there he is. Should we give him a treat? Oh, there's a lot of Zazu emotes. We gotta give you a lot of treats now.
Yeah, by the way, I've been so busy. Please, I see Chris Gibbs in our Discord was asking for someone to clip me spilling that fucking beer at the start too.
Oh, here you go, buddy. Get a little ASMR in here. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody loves that. Oh. Okay. Let's not get you tangled with my cords. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Panjack. I love him. He's Zazu. He's my pride and joy. I can't wait till we get to see some other pups in this podcast.
We can see my cat.
Does someone else have a dog?
Well, my cat's in the background, but he looks like he's dead.
Oh, he moved.
He moved to the carpet.
He's right there.
He was on the tile, and then he moved to the carpet, so he's just still laying flat wherever he goes.
That would have been very much the mood of me had that holding penalty against Tavai cause the Lions to lose the game.
God, there were just so many moments where they just flirted with disaster. It's
That really
insane.
would have been perfect if we won. I mean, like we won, but that really would have been just the guy we signed playing in the guy we overpaid playing the wrong position.
And we told a guy that we had a good right guard that you had in Graham Glasgow to go hit the streets.
Yeah.
So you can sign this guy and play him out of position.
Ryan, your song is on.
My song is on?
Yeah.
Sunday night. It's not that song anymore, though. Sad.
How are you doing, Ryan?
69 more bits
right
from Nick. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy.
Shut up.
You're vibing.
You guys are so dumb. I hit on a parlay when the Seahawks won that game, so that was cool.
Yeah, you're a cop.
Because I bet on Mr.
Thank you for
How
the
do you do,
pumper nickel bread. Love me some
I gotta
pumper
take
nickel
this
bread.
off. This is hot.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Unlimited. Mr.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
We did finally win pumpernickel, and it feels good. All right, you guys ready to get back into it?
Damn good.
We'll
Yeah.
just talk about
probably
player
should.
performances, notable player performances. Talk about the offensive line.
Yeah.
You picked.
God,
How much did you win? Oh, you won $30. That's pretty good. Fuck.
Wait,
I
30,
made.
right?
I made that bet when the Lions got the ball with like 2:30 left.
Oh shit. Okay, you were feeling it. You were feeling the Stafford comeback.
Yeah, and can you imagine how I was feeling about Vitae when that holding penalty happened?
That was all caught on Twitch. I would love to watch the replay of the Super Squares Twitch when that happened, because we all went from like 200 to negative 200 in a second.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm like this. I need to throw this thing in like the wash or something. Holy crap! I'm just turning it away so I don't have to feel the wet side every time I use my mouse. I have ants again. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Jesus.
Fuck. No, I really spilled this beer.
It just seems like such a situation over there.
Lions won, but this man is still going through it.
The universe needs perfect balance, folks.
The struggles don't end, even though the Lions won.
Yeah. No, my desk is really like crowded with papers right now, so like this is just making it even worse. All right, let me get the recorder going again. And welcome back to the Pride of Detroit PODcast, celebrating a damn Lions win, singing Africa, having fun, because you know what? It's been almost a damn year, and we don't know what to do. Like, as we've said in the last segment, it's a mixed thing. We don't want to sell you guys on this idea. It's like, hey, the season's saved or anything. But we want to embrace this for what it is. We're not believers in tanking at Pride of Detroit. I'm not a believer, at least. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a believer in tanking at all. Like, I don't want to be living in misery and going for 0-16 just because you can get Trevor Lawrence.
Don't say that. See, that just makes it even worse. Like when you say,
exactly.
When I started to see the graphics popping up on Twitter of Trevor Lawrence in a Lions jersey, I was like, this is the worst timeline. Losing Matthew Stafford to get Trevor Lawrence.
When your fans
back 5 years.
When your fans are doing photoshops of college quarterbacks in week 2,
Yeah.
you're deep in it.
Bad sign.
The Giants and Jets fans have been on that since like August.
Well, we finally put that off like maybe another week.
For another week, at least until the bye week.
Yep.
At least until the bye week, we've got our heads above water again.
Yeah.
But no, and I think Ryan's point, and a lot of what we're touching on, I think what we're going to touch on more here is that, yeah, this wasn't like the Lions had some good performances from certain guys, but there's also a lot of guys out there where we're just like, whew, what was going on? So we're going to talk now about some ups and downs. Jeremy, I think the headline here is, I hate to start on the negative, but I mean, there's no other way around it. Halapoulivaati Vaitai was not good at all. I think the offensive line in general had a lot of woes, especially on the right side, and it starts with Vaitai.
Yeah, no question. And the real story, I mean, it happened before the game even started, when the Lions went out to warm up, and we saw an offensive line crew that we've never seen together in this formation before. They moved Jonah Jackson, who's been playing outstanding as a rookie, from right guard to left guard in Ode Ibushi's spot. And I understand that move. Ibushi was horrible last week. But then you bring in Vaitai, the guy that, as Ryan said in the first segment, you spend all this money to be your future right tackle. He slides in at right guard, and you keep Crosby at right tackle. So now you have Crosby at right tackle, your backup right tackle. You've got your free agent acquisition right tackle, who's played like 70 snaps maybe at right guard ever, didn't play right guard at all in training camp, didn't practice at all. Now he's your starting right guard because Joe Dahl is essentially missing. And yeah, it didn't really work. There were miscommunications. There was poor blocking. And yeah, Vaitai's going to get the brunt of the blame here. But you have to question coaching a little bit here too. Like, why go and shake everything up in this sort of matter? Why do you take your potential Pro Bowl rookie guard and move him to the other side? And I understand like the idea, like you want your 5 best offensive linemen out there. That's what I'm sure the talking point is going to be from the coaching staff. And that probably is your top 5 offensive linemen, because who else? Ibushi, Wiggins? Do you really want either of those guys out there? Do you want Logan Stenberg, a guy who was made very clear in training camp he was not ready? I know people are probably banging the door like he can't be worse than Vaitai at this point. Listen, he was inactive. There's a reason for that. I promise you he's not better.
I hear all of that, Jeremy, but you want to put everything into perspective here. Forget about the Marvin Hall holding thing. Forget about the sacks he kept giving up, except for one. Let's talk about the encapsulation of everything that's brought Vaitai to town and that. And Mansur, Ryan, you can jump in off of this. Vaitai, the big free agent signing to replace Graham Glasgow.
No, that's not what he was signed for. He was signed to be the right tackle. He was signed to be Rick Wagner's.
He's your big agent splash, and the Graham Glasgow money went to him.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I meant that by the money. Excuse me. But we have another former Lion in this mix, in that Vaitai got blown up by Devon Kennard in this game.
He didn't get blown up. He got he just ate dust. I don't think he got a hand on Kennard on that play.
Got blown by.
Blown by.
To be fair,
blown by.
We've all agreed that Devon Kennard is an outstanding pass rusher based on last year's tape, which he was really good because Lions pass rush was super good last year.
That was a nice burn. I like that. Slow lighting.
He was probably confused when he was in the backfield. Like, wait a minute, I'm not here. But yeah, like Vaitai, just bad game. Weird galaxy brain stuff going on with our offensive line. I don't know. Wiggins couldn't have been worse than that. I mean, like maybe, but like I feel like Wiggins. I mean, I guess you had to do it to learn that.
Yeah.
But next week it should be Wiggins or Ibushi or whoever.
Yeah.
But like it can't be worse than that.
I don't know if it was just like Twitter conjecture or something, but I saw from a couple of the beat writers. I think can't remember if it was Justin Rogers or if it was Mikey, but one of them had mentioned that like Vaitai was flexing his foot after one of the sacks. It was one of the early sacks. So like that's what he's coming back from, right?
Yeah, foot injury. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't even know if bringing Vaitai back today was maybe even the right call. Like if you were pushing him into not only a role that he hasn't practiced, a role that he is very limited, actually played in at that spot on the line, but like, and then add to the fact that he's injured. I mean, like all three of those things seem like a really weird way to rush a guy back.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem worth it.
And maybe that's what you'll see. The Lions are a week away from the bye week. Maybe they decide, you know what, this was working better last week with Ibushi or Wiggins or whoever they go at left guard and kind of just go with what was working, because the offensive line was actually pretty good through the first 2 weeks outside of Ibushi's horrible game last week. And yeah, I think maybe you just tried Kenny Wiggins there. It's kind of interesting to me how one injury to Joe Dahl has kind of sent this offensive line scrambling.
Unpin the entire thing.
Yeah.
The dominoes falling. Yeah.
That's the wildest thing to me is like, this was your backup plan. Like if something went wrong, like we were going to do all of this shuffling along the offensive line. Like that's plan B. Like then why is Wiggins there? Why is Ibushi there? Like why keep so many guards if like you're going to do something like this?
So, yeah, somehow like Vaitai coming back turned out to be like a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because Tyrell Crosby, I mean, I think today he even did well again.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of hate, and I don't really understand why. I think he's fine.
Good. I think it might be that Vaitai came back, and you're like, well, Tyrell Crosby, you can't bench a guy who's playing pretty well. Like, you don't want to take him out of the game now. But also, we gave this guy $45 million. So we got to put him somewhere.
Right.
So here, but his struggles are weird because, like, isn't the transition to tackle to guard? It's like tackles are like kind of faster or like not faster, but they move
agile.
Yeah, they're more agile. They move better. But like his problem wasn't that he was like getting run over or something, that he was like too small. His problem was that he just wasn't moving. He was just getting off the snap so slow, and people were below. The Kennard sack, he didn't get a hand on it. Like, so it's weird. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
You would expect.
Yeah.
The problem that you would expect though, Munzer, is on the other sack when he got just completely bull rushed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about putting someone else in not a great position either. Vaitai, we can agree, wasn't put in a great position. Jeff Okuda, like I know he was asked to basically cover the right side of the field today.
Yeah.
And that meant every now and then running into DeAndre Hopkins, which listen, a rookie running into DeAndre Hopkins, not an ideal position to be, but I know, Mansur, we were talking about this. I didn't think Okuda played that well today, but
No, he played really, like, he got the interception, which will obviously, you know, like, I mean, that's the highlight. That's the one everyone's gonna remember. But yeah, he didn't look good at all. But he just looked slow. Like, not like physically slow, but just like his mentally
yeah.
slow. He was like reacting. He was a step behind. Hopkins would break on his route, and he would still be like, his hips would be still facing the wrong way, and he would like spin around super slow. It's just, he just isn't used to playing against guys who are that fast. Probably, like, people. I mean, every NFL player is like, you know, they really tell you about how much faster it is in the NFL. And I think that's just like playing out. He just isn't used to having to play this fast. And yeah, I mean, it's good the Lions, I guess, are putting him in a spot where he's comfortable, like at Ohio State, where he only played on the right. And now in the NFL, he's only playing on the right. And Oruwariye had locked down the other side of the field pretty well, I feel like. So at least when Hopkins was on Oruwariye's side, he was a little more muted. But yeah, Okuda, really bad game again.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Larry Fitzgerald didn't have an impact in this game at all. Did he even have a catch?
I think he had one early, but he was not.
But the one thing I will say is I do think the game plan for their secondary kind of worked out how they wanted, because they give you all the underneath stuff. They give you those 10-yard outs all the time. You can see the cornerbacks are playing 10, 15 yards off the line. They don't want to put them in press man. They want to give these guys enough time. And it resulted in a lot of underneath throws, but it didn't really result in any big plays. Like, you look, their longest play was 30 yards. I think they take that. And then they wait for Arizona to make a mistake. And guess what Arizona did? Made a ton of mistakes. Like, this has always kind of been more of a bend, don't break defense. And you hope that they stop breaking in the red zone, which they did a ton today, unfortunately. But they also did what they wanted to do, which was force Kyler Murray to make young player mistakes. And I know we're all drooling over Kyler Murray, and you know, our own Alex Reno thinks he's a top 5 quarterback, which is ridiculous. But he hasn't really proved himself as a passer yet. He hasn't. He's got an arm, no doubt about that. But he had almost as many interceptions as he did touchdowns last year, and he's off to a lot already this year too. Had one in each game, now 3.
He was staring down receivers the whole day. I think that really contributed to his interceptions there. Murray was just he's doing that young guy thing where it's just like you can't put your eyes on your receiver the whole time.
Yeah. Jeremy, the First Bite podcast that we did with Ed Smith, he talked about batted balls and things like that. That was the first Duron Harmon pick.
Yeah.
Was a ball that got tipped at the line, and then it went through the Cardinals, I think, tight end's hands, and then ended up in Duron Harmon. So, I mean, that definitely has to be taken into account. Like, I mean, he just has those like physical limitations,
sure.
Like, which is wild to say about a guy who Trey Flowers said it's like he's a punt returner out there because he has that kind of juice. But like,
and
it's a real thing
in terms of the run defense of him. He only had 29 yards. He did have a touchdown where you know they lost contain on him, but
yeah, he didn't break the pocket. He didn't break the pocket a lot.
No,
I thought that they would get him out rolling left and right and doing things like that, and they just didn't do it. It seemed like those years that Russell Wilson was getting mismanaged in Seattle. Like, so that's a thing with the Lions though. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
Kind of containing these guys, like as bad as they are, and I guess that's might be like why I don't know. I at least feel like their pass rush or their like pass front end like pass defenders did well. Like they were bothering. I mean, we saw it last year against Mahomes in the game against Kansas City, where like they really, if you're a quarterback who likes to dance around and make plays outside the pocket, like the Lions are really good at containing you and not letting you break free like that. Even I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I know he's like cooked us a bunch, but even like the past 3 games, like he's even had like trouble making
Trubisky too.
Pocket. Trubisky too, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Trubisky didn't have one of his rushing performances that he usually has against us.
Yeah, that's like a Lions thing. It's just that matchup plays well for us, and I guess
that plays into the Lions strategy, right? Is it their pass rush is all about containment, not attacking.
Yeah.
And so it works on that level. You just normally don't see the coverage work like it did today with the 3 interceptions.
Before I move on to the offense, then to wrap this up in a bow, can we say that at least like if you're looking for a good explanation about why they had 2 bad games to start this year and then a decent game against the Cardinals, were the Lions just a better matchup defensively against the Cardinals than they were against the Bears and the Packers?
I don't think so. I think it truly has to do with turnover margin. Like that was the difference in this game. If the Lions did not get 3 turnovers, I mean, I think they turned Did they turn all 3 of those into points?
They punted on one of them. I think they got
They
10,
punted on
they
one
got
of
10 points.
They got 10. Yeah, they got a touchdown and a field goal. But like, I mean, you take 10 points off the board, Lions are losers today.
Sure.
Yeah,
I will
no,
say
absolutely.
before we move over to offense, we should probably give Jamie Collins a shout out because
Yeah.
he was horrible in the first 2 games. I guess the first game and a half that he played. That interception was a play I haven't seen a linebacker make since DeAndre Levy, bar none. Like that
He
was
also, he also forced that first interception.
yeah,
His blitz.
that's true. Yeah, it was a good pass rush from him. That's the second week in a row we've seen a really good pass rush from him as well.
You saw plays from your 2 leaders that we've pegged before the season on the defense, in Duron Harmon and in Jamie Collins. Like they both played fantastic day. I feel like.
Agreed.
On the offense, so I mean they get it done in dagger time, but there was some up and down. Did we mention this on stream or was it during the break about Deandre Swift?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
five snaps.
5
but
total.
5 snaps, including one of those where Stafford like threw at the back of his helmet.
Yeah, hit him in the back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
It was near our own goal line. Was it Swift or was it Carrier? I think it was Swift, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, it was that
he hit him on
Swift,
like
yeah.
the nameplate. Yeah, it just looked like a miscommunication. But I mean, I think I said it's definitely a break. Because I think I said like I think the matchup might have favored Adrian Peterson more because the Cardinals aren't like a big boy defense. They like doing the like small dudes running around everywhere, like the Chargers kind of. So that maybe it isn't like an indictment of Swift. It's just like because Adrian Peterson was getting the ball like a lot, I feel like on early. So it might just be like we wanted to focus on the power running game. We saw that all right, the Cardinals are a team that if our offensive line plays well, we can kind of just run them over. So let's just feed Adrian Peterson. And I don't think it worked particularly well at all, but it could be a matchup thing.
Yeah, I'm going to say real quick that how lucky were the Lions to have Adrian Peterson fall in their laps? Because at this point, like, I mean, to have the luxury to say, hey, our second round pick, the running back is going to get 5 snaps because we have the versatility and we have the ability to, just switch things up on offense and say, all right, we're going to attack this matchup because we think that we can power run them. I mean, that's just a stroke of luck that like Lions fans are not used to because I thought Adrian Peterson kind of stood out on offense, like just from like a consistency standpoint. Like at least he was always like falling forward.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Lions haven't had a running back that consistently did that since
Reggie Bush.
I was gonna say Zach Zenner.
Here's the weird thing: like he had 22 carries in this game.
Yeah,
was there at any point did you think any of these running backs were going to get 22 carries in a single game?
No, that's wild.
Yeah, Peterson got volume in this game. He didn't really turn it into much. He averaged like what 3.4.
Yeah, not.
But like I think it probably is just they were like, all right, we have this guy who power runs well, and the Cardinals probably can't stop it.
We can play your favorite. We can play your favorite game. We can play your favorite game, Jeremy. You can take away the 27-yard.
Yeah, let's do that.
Run. And he has like what 48
on 21
on the day.
carries. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's just barely over 2 yards a carry. So
yeah,
it would definitely, when the Lions needed it to be more effective late in the game, it wasn't. And Stafford kind of bailed him out. I mean, say all the things that we said about Stafford in the first segment, but he played well in the fourth quarter.
He did, but
10 of 13 for 144 yards.
Yeah, he got his head. He got his head on straight, even though he got hit 4 times. I was worried after all those sacks that he's taking that it's like we're kind of hitting the breaking point maybe on his health. If it's getting sacked that much, I'm like, oh man, maybe this is going to impact him. He did, to his credit, come back. There were some moments like we talked about that one goal line stand where he's sailing balls over. Was it over
Jesse James wide open?
Yeah,
Jesse James,
yeah, wide open.
Danny Amendola on the next play.
Danny Amendola the second play. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Any
But
other?
I was gonna say what a difference it makes to have Kenny Galladay back on the offense, though.
Absolutely,
right?
He made
absolutely.
2 phenomenal catches, and I was convinced that was going to get overturned and considered an incomplete pass on that touchdown because you have to be careful when you reach the ball out like that and it hits the ground. But I guess there was a rule change.
Break the plane, man.
Before.
Break the plane.
But man, that catch was just amazing, up in the air, like going against his body. That's something that we haven't. You're right, we haven't seen that, and was a huge boon to this offense and tight ends. Who knew we had 2 of them?
Yeah,
that was the thing. Like James's day didn't come at the expense of Hawkinson, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkinson even drew that really crucial flag on the pass interference call.
True. Right after the holding, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else on offense impress you guys? Like, it feels like they really tried to get Jamal Agnew involved in this game, but he had like one or two plays where he did okay.
They had
end around play. Yeah.
I was gonna say that end around, like, what was it, wheel route or a swing? I'm not good with names, but like either way, like he spent a lot of effort just to get 2 yards on that play.
I think, I mean, we kind of used everyone. Like, no one had a huge. I mean, Adrian Peterson, we force fed a bit, but at least in the passing game. Like,
Amendola probably had the quietest day.
No one had. Marvin Jones, I think, was until the end. He had one catch. Like, he had that one big catch at the end.
Yeah,
he was
huge catch.
We really spread the ball out. Like, our top receiver is 57 yards, but we had 3 receivers over 50 yards. Like, that like kind of equality is like weird. I mean, we're talking about Jesse James. Jesse James had 3 catches. Like, it's not like he went off at all. He had 3 catches for 28 yards.
He just had him in big spots. He had him in big spots.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's more just like the ball was spread out to the extent that a guy that got 3 catches for 28 yards stood out.
Well,
because, like,
he stood out also because he didn't have a target this year.
Yeah, but like, just in general, like, no one had a big day.
Sure.
So like, it allows the 3 catches, 28 for a touchdown to be like, hey, wait a minute, that guy did good. Like, it was, we force fed Peterson, but in the passing game, we got everyone. Swift got a target, nothing happened with it. Amendola had a few targets. Oh no, actually Swift did get a catch. Agnew had like a couple targets and he had 2 catches. Yeah, it was just everyone.
Yeah, I think someone in Twitch chat is mentioning Cephas didn't really see the field, but I mean, it's crowded already out there. But I mean,
that's to be expected.
That's fine.
I mean, we were talking all off season. We didn't expect Cephas to have much of an impact at all in 2020. He was on the field because Kenny Golladay was out. And now that Kenny Golladay is back, I don't know if Cephas was out there for a single snap. I didn't see him.
And Julian Okwara, once again, a healthy scratch in this game.
Nope.
But,
well,
he wasn't a scratch, but he didn't see the field.
He didn't play, I think, or not significantly.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Cephas, you have Marvin Jones. You don't need another.
Yeah, but hey, Romeo Okwara with a sack.
True. Romeo Okwara, not a bad day.
Up and down day for him. Yeah. I want to put. Yeah, go on.
Murray kind of cooked him on one play in the backfield. But other than that, pretty good day.
Well, I want to put a bow on both offense and defense to talk about the true all-star.
Yes, I wanted to get here. Yes,
hero.
We got to get an email from this guy.
I have a tattoo in his honor.
I need to get I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan, and I need to go get the badge of Fox unit for this man, for Jack Fox, who when this game was not going well, I did it. I pulled out the Simpsons quote. I was like, "Do you want to know the terrible truth about this team? Or do you just want to watch Jack Fox kick boomers?" Holy God.
Average 55.5 yards per punt. And if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a single yard of punt return again in this game. He should have had another punt inside the 20, but unfortunately, I don't remember who the Lions player was, had his foot in the end zone. But
I think it was McCray. But
it might have been McCray, yeah. Like, he should have had 2 inside the 5. Like, he's been so much better than Sam Martin ever was.
It's insane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's utterly insane that we upgrade from Sam Martin.
You cannot ask anything more. Like, it's literally everything he's done so far.
I mean, even he had one bad punt today, and it turned out amazing. So it was like a 55-yarder dribbler that bounced another 10 yards because he's magic. Jack Fox is magic.
And the only was someone else's fault.
Punting is cool. I'm glad we can celebrate it again. I don't know.
He also held for the game-winning field goal. So
that's true.
Hey,
he did.
Shout out Jack Fox and them hands.
Mullback to Fox.
His hands and his feet were perfect today.
Hey, Mullback to Fox to Prater.
Game. That's a dream team right there.
Dream team.
I mean, honestly, like, special teams has to get an A+ today, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Made their field goals. Jamal Agnew had a nice punt return. Punts were perfect. No big returns in the punt or kick game. That's an A+ from the special teams. You like to see it. You don't love to see it because it's special teams and who cares. You like to see it.
I love to see it.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to. I didn't want to take joy in the punting, but honestly, like it's going to be a meme this year that Jack Fox is the special weapon.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying this, but I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, our inability to cover punt returns was like a real problem.
Yeah.
It was.
Right? Like,
No, it
was
absolutely
at
was.
some
Yeah.
point. So like it's easy to write off. And like I think like it was John Boyes did something about how like field position basically doesn't matter until you get to the opponent's 40-yard line. But
Yeah.
like consistently starting them within the 5 definitely. I don't know. I mean, it definitely helps us. I mean, we
Dude,
almost
Murray-
had Kyler Murray for a safety once. You know?
I was gonna say he looked spooked as hell trying to throw out of his own end zone there.
Yeah. That it was Okora. Who
That
almost
was
had it, right?
Okora. Yeah, almost had him. Yeah.
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 Shout out, and also let's give a little shout out to our new special teams coordinator, Braden Coombs.
Yeah.
Got to give him some credit, right? Like he made the right call at punter in training camp.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like
I mean,
how special teams
finding-
look. I think this is a top 5 special teams unit in the NFL.
Let's
Just
hire
finding
him when
bugs.
Patricia gets fired.
He's the interim.
Interim head coach, special teams guy, have the juiciest punt. It's like punt offense, folks. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to look at the rest of the schedule coming up. The schedule coming up. Take a zip around the rest of the NFL and the NFC North. Put a bow on this game. Put our expectations into perspective, and just have some damn fun. We'll be right back on the Pride to Detroit PODcast. Mansour, your chair is so damn squeaky, man.
Oh my god! It's because I'm
Yeah.
sitting on like pillows. I'm like leaning back. But
Yeah,
didn't some team hire a special teams coach as like head
I think
coach?
like
we
yes,
roasted
that's
them?
definitely
Yeah, that
happened
was
before.
the thing, right? Yeah, but there's some team out there with the special teams head coach.
It's not unusual.
Is this better? Can you hear
Okay.
that? Is it like bad?
No, I can't hear. It was bad. Like I had that. God, I had a chair at one of my worst jobs I ever worked where it was just so bad, and it kind of sounds like that. Yeah, I'm hearing it now and then, but I think you've got it a little better now. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, no, I'm
The
sitting really
Giants.
like high. I'm on like.
you just gotta
pillows.
get some WD-40 for it or something.
Yeah, it's because it's fucking light. Like it's I like. Let me go back to normal. You guys
Yeah,
will see
yeah.
what I mean.
It was
no,
Joe-
wait, like
Joe Judge.
Yeah, look
The
at you. You
Giants
don't
head
even.
coach.
You look like you're a white boy now.
yeah, I look like a ghost.
The
Like,
Giants.
it's
The
fucking-
Giants head coach Joe Judge was the Patriots.
Joe
special
Judge.
team.
That was
Yeah,
special
Joe
teams.
Judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a thing. Everyone was making.
Yeah.
And now look at him.
Look at him
0-3.
at 0-3.
Look at him. His quarterback has no idea what's happening on the field. Just
Well,
Yeah,
to
but
be
how
fair
are
to
the special
Joe Judge?
teams?
Joe Judge, that's not his quarterback though. Get rid. You got a chance. Get rid of
No,
Daniel Jones. Stop
that's
this now.
that's Gettleman's man.
Yeah.
Oh, they got whooped by the Niners today, huh? Who's the Niners quarterback? Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullen. They got whooped by the backups. So like they only scored 9 points, but the game still hit the over because of how bad.
Wait, the host of
how bad a team with all backups beat them.
Nick. Wait, the host of like a really deranged comedy podcast is quarterbacking the
Oh.
49ers.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Nick Mullen.
I think I know.
Come
I don't know if
Town?
I want to say. Yeah, okay.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
We're gonna break.
Yeah,
Come Town
yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah,
By the way,
he's-
Chim, thank you for the 2 months of
He's from
subscribing.
New York too.
Appreciate you,
right?
bud. What is this feeling? I don't know.
He's from. They're all from Brooklyn. All those guys.
Mike Rowe, thank you for the follow as well. And Constrictor, I appreciate your Goose cameo, but unfortunately we can't.
God damn it.
What's the timeline
Poor Ryan.
like that, Ryan? Do we
I
have an
don't know.
idea?
I see my orthopedic surgeon on Tuesday, and he's going to let me know if my bone's knitting back together, and if it isn't, he has to hook it up to a bone stimulator, and I can't wait to see what that machine looks like.
That sounds like a gross video game.
Ryan, it's 45. Are you gonna be able to do the last segment here, or?
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
do it.
Okay.
All right, well, we can get right back into it if you want. We got one more segment. Stream, chill. Don't leave. Don't leave, Brown. Don't leave.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk after the stream too. We're gonna still sit here and talk with you
Is
guys.
there still a mailbag? I mean, I don't
No.
mind either way, but is there?
No,
We
not
are
right.
required.
No, the problem is like it's
You
too
fucking
fast.
noob.
It's too fast of a.
sorry.
It's too fast of a turnaround in
Yeah,
the season
yeah,
to do a
yeah.
mailbag. So like we just decided to put it on hold. We're gonna do one in the bye week, folks, and then maybe depending how the season goes, we might do a mailbag in the middle of a week in place of first bite after a certain point. But we'll see.
But they're not going to get that bad. 1 and
Yeah,
2,
what-
baby, back on track.
Back in the win column.
Alvin Kamara looks nice against this run. Like Alvin Kamara is starting to heat up. I
Not
feel like.
last.
Right, I need to turn on. I need to
Third
turn on
place
some
in the
NFC
NFC
North.
North. Third place in the NFC North, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna
Not
talk
fourth.
about
Hey,
that.
Vikings
because-
are 0 and
Should we
3.
talk about the Vikings and that.
Yes,
that
we're gonna
whatever's happening
yes,
there.
Yeah, we're
gonna
better
get-
than the Vikings. We're better
Whatever
than the
the fuck
Vikings.
is happening there.
We're better than the Vikings and the Bears. I refuse to believe that the Lions are worse than the Bears.
They beat us.
No, they didn't. They didn't. The Lions. The Lions did not get beat by the Bears. The Lions lost that game like assholes.
Can you imagine though if Swift catches that pass, the Packers lose tonight and they're tied. The Lions are suddenly tied for first in the division.
Don't.
after getting rolled by the Packers.
Rolled by the Packers and not looking good in any of their 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tied
that's the
Tied
NFC East right now. They're all just like
Yeah.
the Cowboys are the only
yeah.
team that look like worth.
Yeah, what the hell is with the Eagles?
I think they're in like
Eagles
third
tied.
place.
Tie is an L.
This is what we predicted, though. Like the NFC North was going to be a mess, and it is a mess.
Yeah.
And, even
Like,
though,
eight games
even
in
though
a
we
row.
could very well
think
have
was-
an undefeated Packers and Bears team after 3 weeks, I still think the NFC North
I
is
admit
garbage.
that it's a mess. I just didn't think the order would look the way it did.
Yeah,
But let's
that's
get
true.
into it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it though. Let me run the recorder here so we can start talking about the NFC North. Welcome back to the Pride of Detroit POD cast, wrapping things up here today. And we were just talking in the break about let's step away from the Lions a little bit. I think we can safely put a bow on this game and just sit back, relax, have fun. We're going to be singing Africa all week because, damn, I thought my tradition was going to die on the vine. Just our tradition was just going to just evaporate, get destroyed. So nice to see it again, Jeremy. So nice to see it again. I almost forgot what it sounded like.
Yeah, I'm going to be listening to I'll even listen to the Weezer version. That's how much I've missed
No.
that song. I will somehow.
Bridge too far.
No, that's too far. Okay.
Bridge too far. Bridge
All right.
too far. There's still 1 and 2, Jeremy. Settle down just a little bit.
All right. fair.
No, I want to hear the Pitbull version.
Dale.
I want to hear the Vin Diesel version. Didn't he just drop a song?
He did.
Can we talk about the NFC North right now as the Lions finally get in the win column? And what the hell is going on with our division?
So as of time of recording, Alvin Kamara is kind of smacking around the Packers, but it's only 7-3.
Yeah, it's still early in the night, so we'll see what happens.
Packers are driving, but yeah. So
But
Packers
either
are
way-
2-0.
But either way, the order is going Bears, Packers, Lions, Vikings.
Yeah.
And I don't think I
last.
anticipated the Vikings to be below us right now. Again, below the Lions. And to not only be below the Lions, but in a really bad way. In a really, their defense has been one of the worst in the NFL right now. Kirk Cousins is not Mr. 1 p.m. anymore. I don't understand it. I didn't even see how they lost the Titans today. I just see the L there.
It was like a last
There's a
second.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of turnover in that defensive backfield for the Vikings. Just a lot, and it's wild. Like, is Daniil Hunter? Is he the best player in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball? Like, is he that valuable that this Vikings defense is that bad
Without
for
him?
missing
Wow.
one player?
Well,
So
I think
looked this up. Cousins actually lost this game on an interception.
so. We're talking about like Okuda.
Yeah.
We're talking about Okuda and his struggles, but like they have the 2 worst corners in the league as like rookies. I think like neither their first round pick and their third round pick, Cam Dancer in the third round, and Jeff Gladney. I think Jeff Gladney is like coming off the bench right now. Dancer, the third rounder, is starting over the first rounder. But I think like I didn't see anything of today's game. I just like saw the score and like highlights and still whatever on Twitter. But like yeah, like it's their secondary. They just don't know what they're doing. Mike Hughes, it was a first round pick a few years back. He's garbage. He's a bust. Yeah, like they're just getting cooked. But it's weird because like in the second game, I feel like their defense kind of played well. Who did they play second? I remember like watching.
They played the Colts.
Their
so
defense looked okay. It was the offense. Like Kirk Cousins just imploded, and this week I think they both imploded, offense and defense.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of a mix of both.
I did watch the game, and it was weird. Like at times, you're like, oh, the Vikings are back. Like they finally figured out. They were up. What was the score? I think they were up. They were up 24-12 in that game. So they were up 2 possessions in the second half there, And then, I think normally we're so used to seeing the Vikings defense close it out from there. Like, you get a 2-possession lead. If you're down 2 possessions against the Vikings, that meant you were done. They would pin their ears back. Maybe they are missing Danielle Hunter. Maybe that's the thing. But, like, yeah, this defense isn't what we normally see. The offense has always kind of had some sputtering. I think they kind of live and die with their quarterback, and we've definitely seen Kirk Cousins be inconsistent. I think he got better in this game. Justin Jefferson's going to be a problem. That dude had 175 yards today.
Kirk Cousins without Diggs looks lost.
I mean, Justin Jefferson, man.
He looked lost with the Diggs a lot of the time.
He wasn't
But
bad.
then, like, you look on the ground game too. Dalvin Cook is not it for them. Like, he's not. Everyone was like, just wait for Dalvin Cook to be healthy. Like, he's yet to break 100.
He had 22, 181 today. What?
Yeah, he had 182, 81 yards.
He's going crazy.
I was looking at his pass game. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean,
I was,
that's what I'm
like,
talking about, though.
Up until this game, he wasn't doing much. I'm just saying.
But here, I think, like, the Vikings were good today. Like, they were. I mean, let's also credit the Titans. I mean, the Titans are a good team.
They are. Yeah.
They are. They're also 3-0.
I feel like all 3 games the Vikings have kind of, like, it's insane to say
They've
about
held
an 0-3 team that's kind of already been blown out twice, but they've kind of looked like not they've looked better than us.
Oh,
and we have a
100%.
win and they don't.
Well,
like,
definitely
they look a lot better
this
than
week.
us.
I don't know if they looked great against the Packers, but they definitely looked good today, and then they just blew it. Like, everything went wrong in the fourth quarter. That last, they had a chance at a game-winning drive. I think the second play of it, they fumbled the snap. Kirk Cousins loses like 15 yards on it, and then, he has to throw a prayer on 4th and 25 or something, and obviously doesn't work out. So I don't know. I mean, when you're 0-3, you almost have to count a team out, but, like, this isn't a team that's going to go 2-14. They're going to be better, but they may have already played themselves out of the division at this point.
Yeah, because the Chicago Bears are 3-0, the most phony 3-0 I've ever seen, though. But they're still 3-0.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. Let's put aside the Lions game. That Giants game last week, I was telling, like, Daniel Jones, for whatever it's worth, should have had 2 shots at the end zone. And former Lion Golden Tate instead drew an OPI that got the clock drained down to 0. So there's that. And then this week, like, 20-point comeback against the Falcons. What the hell happened? What god did the Falcons piss off?
The Bears have they've gotten 3 teams the first 3 weeks who might have top 5 picks. So, like, it's just a lucky start. I mean, the Giants, Daniel Jones, he's not an NFL quarterback. He can't play.
No, he's not. No.
He should be gone.
He's a quarterback at a Duke.
They got us in week 1 and we don't know what we're doing. And then the Falcons are, like, actually terrible. Like, they're actually, like, a disgustingly bad football team. So it's just easy matchups.
This encapsulates their entire season. 3 fourth-quarter touchdown passes by Mitchell Trubisky against the Lions. 3 fourth-quarter touchdown passes by Nick frickin' Foles against the Falcons. Like, that's
they pulled the ripcord. They pulled the ripcord. You remember what Jonas said? Once they put in Nick Foles, they can't go back to Trubisky. Nagy already in the post game was trying to shove that Jack back in the box. It's not happening. Like, you've gone to Nick Foles. Congratulations. You've got a limited shelf life with Foles.
Did you guys see Trubisky said it came out of nowhere, his benching? But, like, they rejected your 5th-year option. They traded another quarterback, and you looked like shit for 3 games. You never at any point were like,
my job might be on the line.
No. Mitch was way too concerned with the TVs being on in Hallis Hall or whatever. Remember when he was, like, going around and he was shutting them all off? Oh my gosh, just what an absolute mess. But are the Lions the Falcons? I feel like we're the same franchise.
The same team.
By a difference of a win, yeah.
Even to the extent of, like, having a good quarterback and good wide receivers, sus offensive line, no defense, blowing leads, like, everything is the same. And they're both, like, really bad. Like, I think Falcons fans still think they're contenders because they went to Super Bowl 3 years ago.
Cute.
But, like, they're that team.
They
like,
are not.
That team might have a top 5 draft pick this year. They're actually so bad.
Okay, well,
it's unbelievable what's going to happen with them. I know the Lions play them later in the year, and we're going to have that first fight's going to be weird. But
just a black hole's going to open in that game, the fourth quarter.
Really quickly with the Bears, they got Colts, Bucks, Panthers, Panthers, Rams in their next 4 games.
And I think they just lost Tariq Cohen for the year too.
Yes, he tore his ACL. That's true.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the record in those next 4 games? Colts, Bucks, Panthers, Rams.
I think they could their defense, their pass rush is good enough to get a classic Phillip Rivers game out of that. So
yeah, they'll win
that. They might beat the Panthers just because I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is.
What about the Bucks? Do you think
the Bucks
are
going
to lose?
I like the Bucks.
I don't think they are, but yeah, you know what? I think
Denver
you get in a quarterback shootout. You get in a quarterback shootout. Like I think, the
Bucks keep up.
Bucks probably win, but still, people are going to say, yeah, but they're 4-1. So
it's Nick Foles, Tom Brady, but like on both are washed out and on different teams.
So what you're saying? They do
on
like
Sunday
a 2-2
night.
split, so they're 5-2.
I think they'll beat the Colts. I think that I really, and I mean the Panthers are also one of those like garbage franchises right now. I think there's a lot of teams in hell right now. The Panthers are one of them.
Can I throw the other wrench into this equation about Bucks Bears? It's a Thursday night game.
Ooh.
Thursday night Brady? I don't know if that's
Thursday night Tom.
Thursday night Tom versus Thursday night Trube. But it's Nick Foles.
Foles
how
wearing
about
Trubisky's skin?
How about Carson Wentz being really bad?
Awful.
I love it.
I called it
for 5 years now. I've been saying this guy's a fraud.
Terrible quarterback.
He's a fraud that Dan Orlovsky loves.
Everyone can.
Dan Orlovsky has to be on like payroll or something. I don't get it. Like why is Dan Orlovsky like going in so hard for this guy?
He's terrible.
He's
this
terrible.
Very obviously bad player.
Everyone convinced themselves, just wait. He's just got to get healthy, guys. And they ran that scam on us for what, 3 seasons? 3 years waiting for him to get healthy.
Eagles fans are lucky that they got Foles in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes. Yeah, God, are you kidding me? Like I know Eagles fans were despondent coming into the year. They didn't think it was going to be that good, but I don't think it was, hey, we're about to tie with the Bengals.
They punted on they had 18 seconds left with ball at midfield, and they punted. Like even if you fail that 4th down, the other team will have 10 seconds to go 20 yards and then kick a field. Like they literally I mean they played for a tie against a team that won 1 game last year or whatever.
Has a rookie quarterback.
How deflating does it have to be for an 0-2 team to face an 0-2 team and both come out of that game winless?
Still winless.
Still winless.
Magical, just damn magical.
Philly Sports Talk Radio, tomorrow, I think someone tweeted this. So Nick Foles came in and won in a huge 4th quarter effort. Carson Wentz sucks, and then Jalen Hurts is sitting on the bench. They're gonna eat Carson Wentz.
Yeah, if you're around the Philly area, tune into The Fanatic, my friend who I do a show with on the weekends, Anthony Gargano on The Fanatic. He's going to just tear them a new one. Just absolutely destroy them.
Wait, Ryan, does Jalen Hurts start by end of the season?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
100%.
Really? Well, not because of injury, because, I mean, obviously Carson that, but because of performance.
He's done. He's in so much trouble. You can't take a quarterback that high in the draft, have your starting quarterback play as bad as Carson Wentz is playing, and not start the other guy.
Damn, it really is there for Carson Wentz. Even Brandon Lee Gowan, Alex's friend, who's on Bleeding Green Nation. I think he's out.
Yeah, he's out
on
for
Wentz
sure.
At this point. That guy was. I mean,
how can you still be in on Wentz?
He was super in on Wentz.
How can you still be on Wentz at this point? That's I don't.
You're on payroll.
Can I bring this back to the NFC North before we close?
Yeah, because because I'm about to take it to finish us in the NFC North.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Packers, and I know there's playing while we're recording here, but
and they're playing our next week opponent, the Saints.
That's true. Are they huge favorites to win this division now? Are they far and away the best team? Because it seems like that to me.
Yeah, the Vikings are dead. I mean they're done. I don't see the Bears or Lions doing anything. So it's the Packers to lose.
I mean, they play the Bears real late in the year. They play them at the end of November and then in January. I think they win both those games. And that might, I hate to say it, Bears Packers is what's going to decide this stupid division.
Definitely seems to be trending
That's
in
grim.
that direction.
That's
And-
damn grim.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. And right, you know what? You know what I think right now? The 2020 Bears are the 2019 Packers.
Yeah.
Frauds.
No, I could buy that.
Complete
Yeah.
frauds.
The
With the
2019
record.
Packers were kind of good though.
They were okay. They weren't. I wouldn't even call them good. I know they got to the NFC Championship game, but they got smoked by the 49ers, which tells me they didn't even belong in that game.
So is Aaron Rodgers like good this year or what? Like I'm trying to figure it out.
It's
Aaron
we're trying to
Rodgers has
figure out
always
what
been good.
Hold on.
happened.
He's had a good last year he was like showing some like I don't know, he was on and off last year, but like this year at least through 2 games he's been
I think whenever Aaron Rodgers wants to turn it on, he's the best quarterback in football.
And he's been pretty good with Aaron Jones so far. Like, you know,
Their offense looks legit. I still have questions about their defense, but yeah, their offense is going to be really good this year, and that probably will be enough to carry them against some bad teams, and we'll see if they'll be able to keep up against the good ones.
Yeah, actually the Bears have a pretty easy schedule now that I look at it.
Yeah.
Like they
Not to
wow, they're gonna win 10 games or some
Yeah.
bullshit like that.
Well, as we're sitting here waiting to watching Sunday Night Football, and I just watched Drew Brees put it on the grass for the Packers. Saints are coming into town. I mean, this game notwithstanding, I just watched like my last memory of the Saints right now is them stumbling and Drew Brees not looking good against the Raiders. Who I don't think the Raiders are a great team. I think they're a pretty decent team, but I don't think they're a great team out there. Like, what are our expectations going into Saints Lions?
I mean, the biggest question for me right now is, does Michael Thomas play? He's missed the last couple games, and obviously the Lions have kind of gone through a murderer's row of really talented wide receivers, and who knows what Okuda's injury will be. I know he came back in the game, but that doesn't mean necessarily he's going to be perfectly healthy. Same with Desmond Trufant. Like, the Lions are still really hurting in the back end, and the last guy I think they want to see is Michael Thomas. So that's going to be a big factor. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm with you. That loss, that convincing really loss to the Raiders makes me question whether the Saints are really a contender this year. And I don't know. I think the Lions are going to compete against a lot of teams this year. But I don't think Drew Brees is going to give them the gifts that Kyler Murray gave them today. So the offense is really going to have to get in gear.
Yeah, I think those gifts are what we're going to keep coming back to about this game, Jeremy. Like, you got 3 turnovers, and I don't feel like those, you know, in past years we talk about how the Lions could get those takeaways, and it felt like it was because we had a talented backfield for it. Like, I feel like the takeaways against the Cardinals, a lot of those were on Kyler Murray at the end of the day. Like, he set the table for us.
They were 3 bad passes. Well, one of them you could say like a defender in his face, like maybe he just panicked. But like the other 2 were like the Collins interception, the Okuda interception. Those are really bad passes. So like, I mean, he kind of is turnover prone in general. I think Jeremy mentioned his like interceptions, his touchdowns are about even so far in his career.
Yeah, but I guess the point is like you're not going to be getting those from Drew Brees.
Yeah, exactly. Like Drew Brees isn't going to do that. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to do that against you. We play him again. Kirk Cousins might not do that against you. Like, this isn't going to happen again. I feel like we caught the Cardinals on a good day and beat them. But I think if you thought we were going to get destroyed by the Saints, you should probably still think we're going to get destroyed by the Saints, because nothing you saw today should change that.
Yeah, Ryan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how terrified are you still of Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara is a solid 10 for sure. But
going off right now.
But the Saints, even with Michael Thomas, are like a 7 to me. Like, as far as I think Drew Brees is he's truly on the downturn of his career. Like, you see, like, his arm is just downfield. His arm's a noodle at this point, and I think that if there's a shot of the Lions going into the bye week 2-2, like, even if you're a Lions optimist, like, you still have to be like ecstatic with the prospect of 2-2 after those first 2 games.
I'd be right now. I'd be like, holy crap, you salvaged it. And you probably we can stop talking about punting the Boston boys out of the airlock like a game of Among Us here. during the bye week. No longer consider them the imposters. But
Hey,
yeah,
if we can survive one more week of like little tiny bit of optimism, I'll take that. An engaged fan
Drip
base
feed.
for one more week. Let's do it.
Please
Let's
download
do
the
it.
podcast.
Please,
People,
please.
people are gonna write articles this week.
Yeah. So okay, the Lions are no longer the worst team in the NFL. This is closing thoughts
We
here.
did it.
The Lions are no longer the worst team in the NFL. Unbiased opinions here. Who is currently the worst team in the NFL for you guys?
It's
The New York Football Jets.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
not
say
a
the
question.
Jets.
That team is.
Just imagine that we gave all of that fuel to Sam Darnold because of what the Lions let him do to them. Sam Darnold had a 40 burger, and it wasn't a great 40 burger, but that started Sam Darnold's career. And we let everyone delude themselves now for 2 years that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback.
I don't think who's even deluded. It's like Dan Orlovsky and like the guy on. I don't even know what show he's on. One of the other guys on ESPN. They're like they love him, but like Colin Cowherd and the other CBS guy. It's like those like 4 dudes and no one else. Everyone else is watching.
I was gonna say maybe I hate to call him out since I work with him every now and then, but Jason McIntyre, who's in Cowherd's orbit too, but he's an out and out Jets fan. So
it's like these 5 guys on sports talk radio. I don't think there's anyone else. I don't think anyone is actually watching this guy play. And yeah. This is a guy I want to start a franchise around.
Our entire chat is just Jets and Giants. Congratulations, New York.
The Giants. The Giants too. Don't forget about it. I think they're a step ahead of the Jets. I think they have competent coaching at least.
Maybe.
Like I think
their special teams coordinator.
Yeah,
turned head coach.
I don't think Joe Judge is entirely a clown. Adam Gase is like
total clown.
Like the Jets' problems run deep. Like.
That's my Adam Gase impression. You can't see it if you're listening, but it's this.
God, man. Like, yeah, I think now that Patricia's maybe got a win under his belt, like, I think odds are squarely on Gase is probably getting fired first in the season.
Who knows with the Jets, though? That's a circus over there, man.
Clown show, man. I can't believe
how did he have a job still?
Why do we keep giving the Jets oxygen? Like,
why did they hire him?
Because they're hilarious.
National media talks about the Jets so much. You should talk about them the same amount of time you talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. No more, no less. Same incompetence.
No, people talk about Gardner Minshew too much too, so we need to stop.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. Pre-Minshew Jags then.
People were way too jacked up on the Jets and Sam Darnold just because Tom Brady left the division and Sam Darnold is the worst quarterback
it's
in
right
that division.
There for the taking. Yeah. It's right there for the taking.
It'll be so. I know the Bills kind of look nice and like they won today, even though Allen was lobotomized in the second half. They still won, but like it would be so funny if Cam Newton just starts another dynasty in that division. Just they win another 10 years or something.
I could see it. I think you had that question among some people. Is it Belichick or is it Brady in New England? I think I don't know how good Brady is going to be in Tampa Bay at the end of the day, but I think Belichick right now has kind of won that argument.
Jeremy, the cam is messing.
What?
Everything's fine.
What?
Everyth's fine for me.
Cam is missing?
I think.
Twitch. Look at Twitch.
The Detroit Lions 1-2. Everything is fine for me.
That's what you're talking about. My bad, everybody. Hi, we're back. I was typing in things. I always forget when I type in for my numpad.
Well,
anyways, we should probably end the podcast. We are very rambling.
Twitch is starting to invade. We've had a lot of fun here. Thank you guys so much. As you can tell, like I think the beer is starting that I spilled is starting to like invade our circuits or something. So we're gonna wrap it here. Download Pride of Detroit podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everything else. Again, after every game around 8 p.m., we're gonna have PODcast live, and after every game, we also on our Twitch channel the Lions post game live. Today, they blended together because it was right as the game was ending. But we're here for you. We're getting through the season together, and man, we're gonna have some fun this week because you got to celebrate it where you can, man.
Victory lap.
No tanking. Take the Sam Hinkie crap out of here. We'll have this where we have this, and we'll worry about the doom another day. So, for all you guys here, for myself, for Jeremy, For Mansoor, for Ryan, we will see you Starside. All right, we're out.
Thanks for sticking around an extra 11 minutes there, Ryan. Appreciate you.
Ryan.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. See you later.
We're still live, though, but by the way, for everyone.
Yeah. We're going to talk with you, Twitch chat. Stick around. And let me boot Craig in a second.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do...
Get out of here, Craig.
Get the fuck out of here, Craig.
Craig is the 5th co-host for anyone wondering.
Yeah, they know about Craig.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they know about Craig.
Do they?
Play Africa, and then we immediately get banned by Twitch because apparently
DMCA
crazy
dudes.
about
Sorry, guys.
crazy about that now.
God, I'm glad we got that done where we can't. I'm probably losing my voice tonight. I don't know if I've got the Rona.
Is Washington not worse than the Jets? The thing is, like, Washington and the Giants, where they have units that are individually good enough. Like
they just have bad quarterbacks. Like
the Washington's pass rush is super good, and like the Giants have offensive weapons. Even without Barkley, it's an offensive weapon.
Yeah, they've just got bad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Not only do the Jets have a bad quarterback, everything else is bad, and they're ignoring it all in favor of like, hey, what if we get Trevor Lawrence? Like Trevor Lawrence is fixing that shit.
They literally just have Marcus May, and then everyone is terrible. Like Jamison Crowder is like their best offensive player, and he's fine. He's like whatever, and I don't think he's injured right now. Like that team, from coaching to like every position on the roster other than like safety, is like a huge problem. That's an 0-16 team.
A couple good comments in the chat here. Does Okuda have more picks than Nevin Lawson? Yes. Yet the answer is yes. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay. There's also a push to get us to sing Africa. And I will say this.
My throat's about to die.
I will sing the chorus of Africa if we get to 100 subs. And you can see right now in that corner we're at 93. I will whore myself out for 7 subscriptions and sing the chorus of Africa if we get there. Just going to throw that out there. What about Tease? Yeah, I think he has more interceptions than Tease as well. More interceptions than Tease, Tabor, and Nevin Lawson combined. I'm interested to see how Jeff Okuda's career. LJ with the 10 gifted subs immediately.
Oh wow! All right, get to it, karaoke.
All right, you know what? I'm a man of my word. You immediately tweeted that after that or something.
I'm like already cringing. Like, oh my god.
I'll wait for all the sub alerts to go off so that you get me pure uncut. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna warn you. That course is not easy to sing. I don't know if I have the high notes, but I will do it. Thank you, LJ. I appreciate the 10 gifted subs, man. That's awesome.
Chris, Jeremy's about to sing.
I am.
I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, I have to go to work tonight.
You have to sing too.
I might have the Rona at this point. I like, and my boss is out of like the office. So I'm in a bind. It's like I gotta go to work.
But. You know what? We just won a football game, and I did not see enough Prido cheers in the chat from all of our subscribers. Like that should have been flooding the chat the entire game or the entire podcast.
It's new, man.
It is new. Our Twitch crowd is new.
The winning protocol is still pretty rusty.
Yes, that's a good point. It's a good point.
As was proven by our show open.
Yeah.
This is quite literally the first time we've been able to use this emote for a win. We haven't had the emote long enough for a Lions victory.
11 months, man. 11 months. Like,
it's a long time.
I can't believe how long it took us to even get here. Like, I feel sick just thinking about how long it took.
It got to the point where I was kind of hoping we'd lose 5 more just to be funny to get the calendar year. But yeah, like
that would have sucked though.
Like it would have, but also like you got to the point where you're almost like rooting against them. It's like how low can it go? But yeah, no, it feels good. Like when that field goal went in, it felt like for real.
You know what felt real good, by the way, for people who don't want to join in, hit if you're in the chat, hit ! Discord. Our Discord server, we were all hanging out. Me and Mansoor were hanging out with a bunch of people during this game. We were all watching it together, and that was fun. And I know we're doing that now for like Thursday night football. I might If I'm not feeling like hell tomorrow, I might do it for Monday night as well. And yeah, we're gonna just hang out. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of stuff going on the Discord. I need to rework a bunch of stuff for it eventually. But yeah, man, like good conversations this week on our Discord.
You can also play Among Us or Fall Guys. We've been playing a lot of this in there. Those are 2 games.
Yeah, Reno's starting to steal everyone to his own server for Among Us, but
ban Reno from the Twitch chat. One of you who has.
I think he might be a mod. Really quick, I've had a bunch of people ask about the Okuda injury. Basically, at least based on what you guys said, he came back in the game, so it doesn't appear to be that serious. But
yeah, it was a non-contact. It just looked like he was cramping up.
Yeah.
And as I said, it was really hot in Arizona. I think at the time Phoenix was like 101. I think it was a little hotter in Glendale. And I imagine you get on a football stadium floor with like a glass roof, like that's probably even hotter. Yeah. So
we'll see. I don't want to speculate. Basically, we don't have any information now. He did speak to. It sounds like he was on the radio show after the game, so that's obviously a good sign. A lot of times, injured guys will go in for treatment and not talk. So that's a good sign. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully, we get something on Monday.
Yeah, it was a non-contact injury, and they weren't checking his knee or his ankle, so it's probably not super.
Yeah,
yeah, I think he'll be fine. Not to try to David Chow this or whatever, but probably not a good week to mention David Chow because once again the Chargers doctors are in the news.
Cordy Aaron says, did the Ian Rappaport tweet about this game make it seem like major changes were coming if the Lions lost? I don't know what you're referring to.
You sure you're not getting chapped?
Let me look at his history and see if he.
That sounds like an Uncle Chaps.
Okay, so he says, hard to overstate the importance of that win for the Lions. A field goal wins it at 0 over the Cardinals. Huge win for Detroit, just getting their first win.
Okay. I think a lot of people tweeted those exact.
Yeah.
Like everyone was watching. Everyone knew how bad it had gotten. And I think half the national media had picked the Lions before the season too. So it was like, yay, they don't completely suck.
0-3 is. The season's over. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I can't imagine it's more than 5% of 0-3 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah, so Vikings are done.
Yeah, no, they're like, that's a weird situation where they're done. Yeah,
I think we talked about the calculus has changed because the new wild card 0-2 probably isn't the death sentence it used to be, but I think 0-3 absolutely is.
Well, I think Justice Mosqueda, I don't know where he works now, but him, if you're familiar, he tweeted out the odds with this, if every year there had been an additional playoff spot back to the 70s or something, and still it goes from basically if you go 0-2 even under a 17 playoff, you still have a 13% chance of it. It's gone from 10 to 13, so you still probably are screwed.
All right, y'all ready for this? I've been on camera since for the past 5 hours. My voice is not what it normally is, but you guys are getting some Africa because
first off, everyone's noticing Ruby right now, so I'm making sure everyone gets a good look at my big fat cat sitting there once again on the tile.
The tied for second best pet at Pride of Detroit.
Name. You know what? I was
number one isn't even your pet.
Yeah, it's your sister's. I was trying to find some pictures. So I had a picture once of Ruby's a stray that I adopted, and I was trying to find the picture to send it to you just by comparison. He's over 20 pounds now, but I got a picture of him when he was skin and bones.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeremy, I'm ready for this.
Okay, really quick. Brown asked what do you think the spread is next week? I think a lot probably depends on what happens tonight. Now that the Saints are losing.
Oh, holy shit, Jeremy!
What?
Look at Lions. Look at Lions right now.
Oh shit! They tweeted Toto.
They tweeted Toto 4. They tweeted Africa.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay,
love it. In case you didn't see chat, I'll throw it in front of y'all faces. Yes. On repeat. That's what I'm talking about. I love the Lions media department.
On repeat one? Yeah, just repeating it one.
Well, let's start with the first rendition here. The Pride of Detroit remix of Only the chorus of Africa. Ready? Are we ready, chat? Should I just say? It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. It's gonna take a lot to... Wait, I messed it up.
No, gonna take some
gonna
time
do
to
some things. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gonna
that
take some
ended
time to
perfectly.
do the things we never had. Ooh.
There, close.
There you go. Look at that. And just as we did that, 100,
that win, that's enough. Yeah.
105 subs. You see that? Whoa. Boom.
The Lions tweeted a GIF of someone singing at singer.
That's Zach Braffen, Zach Braffen Scrubs. I'm sorry for that. 100 bits from Constrictor. Thank you.
Someone in the at Detroit Moments is in their mention saying the song is just not good, and then someone hit
Worst
him back
Twitter
with
account.
enough from the cloud.
Yeah, get that guy out of here.
All right. I think with that, I need to get started. I haven't written a single thing about this game yet. We literally have one article. The Lions just won their first game up in 14 in 11 months, and we have one article on it. So I need to get back to work.
Yeah, I got to get the stock report done tonight. At least we'll have it for the I'll have stock report for the morning because I think people will want to simmer on this one. But
And I'm just gonna watch the Packers game because I did my work before.
Oh,
I
you
got
did the
on here.
takeaways? I don't think anyone took it.
Kyle put it up.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did? Oh, then we have.
That's
two
what I was doing.
articles.
That's what I
Okay.
was doing at the start, where I was
Not
staring
bad.
at my screen.
Okay, cool. We're good then.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go back to work, guys. Enjoy the Sunday night game. If you want, go over to Super Squares. They're doing that thing still. They have who? Oh, they got God, what's his name? One of the Crabtrees. I forgot it.
if you guys want to hang out on Discord, I'm going to. I need to talk with Jeremy real quick when we're done. But if you guys want to hang out on Discord, I'm going to move up to Open Lions
Tom Brady.
Hangout, and maybe I'll be like watching Sunday Night Football for a little while. My throat's about to die, and I want to play some video games, get a nap in before I go to work. But I'll be in the Open Lion Hangout voice chat here for a little bit on the Pride of Detroit Discord. So again, hit ! Discord if you want to get the invite for that channel.
Yep. And if you're not doing that, please do head over to Super Squares. It's an awesome organization I'm part of now. It'll be a nice little complement to Sunday Night Football. So if you plan on watching, either go to the Discord or go to Super Squares. But either way, guys, have a great night. Enjoy the win all week because we don't get a lot of these. So screw all your little oh, but man, Patricia. No, enjoy the win. We'll see you next week.
We out?
Maybe. I want to make sure. Because we did the raid. Last time when I did this raid, they could still see me.
Super Squares.
Okay,
So I think.
So we should be good.
Yeah, I'll wait for you to close your OBS or whatever.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll give it like 5 seconds and then we'll close it up.